what's up guys, it's Manny here. Today I'm going to be making a Ram Air intake from the headlight. I already pulled the bumper off and pulled the headlight out. And I also cut it over here. I opened it up. I removed the internals from the headlight. And I'm going to be using my projector light, but I won't be using my high beam on my right side. And as you guys can see this, I'm going to use this as a velocity stack. And I've already cut this to size. So what this is going to do is going to scoop in all the air and channel it in through the hole. And I cut a piece of an intake tube. This is 2.75 diameter. It's aluminum. And I'm going to be running it through the headlight, through there, straight into the intake. That. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some clear epoxy JB weld so I can hold it in place. And I'm going to be cutting the high beam side of the headlight right here, all around here, so it channels the air in. I'm going to use this as a velocity stack somewhat. Yeah, and I'm going to proceed and I'll show you what it looks like in a bit. Alright guys, so we're back over here. As you can clearly see, goes all the way up to here, and the headlight unfortunately the tube is a little short. As you guys can see, it's a little short there, so I don't want any of that nice funneled air to get away. So what I'm going to do is install this over the tube so it keeps all that nice channeled air kind of pressurized into the tube. And this is a Harbor Freight funnel that I just cut up, and cut it to size where it'll fit inside the tube nice and snug, and it'll also fit on the headlight nice and snug as well. So yeah, it's better than nothing, I guess. I just don't want all that air going all over the place. Just kind of channel into the intake. That's it. Boom. Alright, we're gonna start putting this back together. Okay, so far I cut this out now. There was a line just went across all around, and with my Dremel I did cut it with the wheel first, and then I went around it to clean up the plastic burrs or whatever with the carbide bit, and also used a file to kind of smoothen it out a little bit more. And so far, that's how it looks. It's gonna have this inside there, like that. It's gonna suck in. It's gonna channel all the air in that hole with the tube going right through it into my top intake, my hot air intake. Well, it won't be hot anymore. So I had to relocate an overflow bottle that was mounted right here. So what I did is let me introduce you first to this is my Integra 95 RS. No sunroof, it's the way I like it. No ABS, because I'm all about that weight reduction. No AC. Didn't have to do any other work. RS, in my opinion, is the perfect race car project. because yeah, GSR could be a little faster from the factory with the B18C, but you could always swap a B18C in this, doesn't matter. But you already have most of the stuff done for a project race car. You got the ABS gone, no sunroof, similar to the Type R with no sunroof, no power, no AC. So this is how I got it. And the second I came from the factory, and this is the way I like it. I'd rather have this than have something where I have to pull all the things out of the car to make it, you know, reduce weight. And so far, this car, I have taken out all the sound deadening, carpet, rear seats. See here, all that. Still have to cut more metal pieces, but it's got no airbag systems, no radio, no speakers. See there. And I weighed this car at the weighing station, and it weighed in at 2,150 pounds. And did about, I took it to the track and I did high 14s in a quarter mile with the stock engine. Well, just header and hot air intake, around 14 seconds because of the lightweight. Power to weight ratio is pretty good. But eventually I'm going to go turbo. But for now, I'm doing a Ram Air system. And I figured that even if I got rid of this short ram, I can still have a manifold turbo, and then have the Ram Air channel cold air into the turbo once I get it. I'll figure that out. But so far, yeah, like I said, I was relocated this bracket on here. See that? It was right here before, there, and it was in the way of trying to get the Ram Air in, so I had to relocate it. And it is a little higher, but you know what? It does clear the hood, because as you can see right here, it has this little, the frame piece goes in a little bit, so it barely clears enough. So, and it's pretty solid. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think all I have to do is just get a longer hose, just route it there, boom. Oh yeah, this is a Civic radiator, 2-core. I re-welded the bracket down there, but I have all this space when I get my turbo. Yeah, it's got no bumper supports in the front and the rear. So yeah, let me continue going with this Ram Air Headlight, and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Alright guys, so I decided to go a different route. Instead of going with that piece of funnel that I had cut, I went with that rubber piece that goes on these cheapo filters. Took that off because you're able to just pry it off, and decided to just put it back here like that so it looks a little nicer. And now I can actually clamp the tube directly onto this, and it'll reach now without losing any kind of Ram Air pressure, you know, because there's a gap there. And I also took some of that mesh from the air filter, cut it up, put it inside there, glued it on, and put like 3 layers of it crossing each other, so it kind of minimizes the chance of bigger debris or bugs getting in there. See it from here. So all I did it with was 2 intakes, one short ram that I already had on there, and another short ram that I had on, well, not on here, but I had laying around, and I cut it so it can reach to the headlight. And that's all I really needed. A Dremel. What else? Hot glue gun to glue the back side of this onto here. It doesn't look the nicest, but yeah, it's functional. And I also drilled holes at the bottom of the headlight so it can drain any water that gets in here. It doesn't pull up inside, so just drain it out. I also I'm also going to be running the pipe with this fitting downward, so it can drain any water that might get in there and doesn't suck up as much. Kind of like a little safety net there. And I know that during winter season, I probably won't be running the straight pipe to the headlight. I'll probably just leave the headlight on and then put a filter over here so it still gets some air, but it won't suck up so much water, you know. So I was also thinking about doing this headlight too and running a flexible tube. It would probably be harder, but running a flexible tube all the way up to the intake so it blows cold air on the intake manifold. I don't know yet, but for now I'm just gonna go with this, and I'll install the headlight on and I'll show you guys how it sounds and looks. So I'm pretty much done now. I had to run to the auto parts store to get some coolant overflow hose, about 2 feet of it, and just gonna install it right now. So I had to relocate the overflow bottle from here to there. It was about $3 at O'Reilly's. Alright, so there it is, installed. From here to there, 2 feet is enough. 2 feet of hose is right, it's perfect. And if you guys want to know the diameter of that, it's 5/16 diameter. 2 feet is more than plenty. As you guys can see right there. Probably turn this. And there it is right there. Ram Air. It's clamped on right there. Sturdy. I don't think it's going anywhere. As you guys can see right there. Got my light on, sorry about that. I got the mesh to protect it from like bugs and big debris. I'm gonna drive it and see how it runs. See if I notice a couple of horsepower difference. I don't know. We'll see. I have a chipped ECU in it. I'll probably mess with the air fuel ratio mixture. Maybe, you know, eventually take it to. I don't want to take it to a dyno until I have it turboed. But for now, hopefully it'll run more efficient, a little bit more responsive. Not expecting like big gains, but something's better than nothing. Alright, well, this is it. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. You know, it helps, and I'll bring more videos when I can. And stay healthy.